Lagos, too much joy. K Books, Tunde Paul, ra, ra, ra. Good evening, people. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of, what should I call this tonight? The Gatekeeper series. We got 5 minutes in. We're getting ready for mode 9. Mode 9. Yes, I see mode 9. He's on. K-Bams, long time. Yeah, I see you. Good evening. DB4860, I see you. Yes, Modo's in the building. My guest is here. Style. We do it in our own.
Yo,
Modo. Ra, ra, ra,
yo.
ra. What's going on?
Yes,
so,
yes.
so good to see ya. How far now? Fazalon, Lyrical
Yes,
Nine,
yes.
Sadiq
How are you
Tajuddin.
doing?
I'm good. Good evening. It's
Good
such an
evening.
honor to have you, Modo. Thanks for coming. Thanks for
Yeah,
saying
I
yes.
almost, I
Mhm.
almost slipped.
Ah, last minute I just said, let me give Modo a call. Oh, let's not
You did the
dull.
right thing. You
But that
did
was
the
God,
right thing.
that was God looking out for us. Um,
You did the right
for
thing.
those who are just joining us afresh, this is a new series. It just jumped in my heart one day, we don't really celebrate the ones who came before us, the ones who rolled up their sleeves to get their hands dirty, those who just entered the bush, entered the forest, entered the jungle to make things happen. And there
Put
it
it down.
was. And that just came in my heart. The Gatekeeper series. You guys, Mode 9 knows he needs no introduction, but just in case you want me to, well, hip hop pioneer, connoisseur, left field, abstract, Malcolm 9, Pentium 9, Nigel Ben. In fact, hey, your monikers are there over plenty, man, but sincerely, you guys, Mode 9, here he is. Mode 9, good evening, welcome to my space. Once
It
again,
is what it is. I'm really
it
happy to
is.
be here.
It is.
Let me
So,
just put this rapper mic here, just aesthetic reasons.
aha.
It's
You
just,
know, mode in those days, let me not lie, I used to go and carry my dictionary, like, please, what's he saying?
oh Lord.
My
You know
dictionary,
what?
my thesaurus, what's he saying?
Let me tell you one funny short story. There was a
Yeah.
time they said they asked Don Jazzy what he feels about Mode 9. Guess what he said?
Oh,
He said, "Oh, I don't really understand what Mode 9. I don't want to be carrying dictionary every 2 minutes when I hear her." And I was like, people expected me to be mad at that. I wasn't angry. I was like, okay, it's not for everybody. It's not for
wow.
everybody.
No, I understand.
At the end of the day, some people just want to dance. We understand that. 7 days in a week. If you want to dance, you go to the club Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes Sunday they go. Yeah, Shebuna go just tired after those 3 days. Then my own day starts from Monday. Then
Hmm,
you start to
hmm,
reason. Yeah, it's Monday
hmm,
rap.
hmm,
Monday,
hmm,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You
hmm.
can listen to Mode 9. But I give it to the other guys. You guys can have the 3 days. I take 4 days, no problem. It
So
ain't.
mode,
It's not by force. We can't all want to eat eba in the morning every single morning. Once in a while,
yeah,
we mix it up. Have some
yeah,
cornflakes, have some rice, drink some gari sometimes. So yeah. But the
absolutely.
truth is, we have Google now, and you don't have to run to your dictionary. All you have to do is
Mhm.
bang bang.
You still,
Back in
wow,
the days, people golf course. Back in the days, like back in the day, this is before Google, before smartphones. There's always a gawker, a liar, and he will just come and tell you one thing. He knows that it's a lie. Before you find out, it probably might be 6 months time.
excited.
But now, that kind of person can't exist. Immediately he says something, you just think,
Punch it in.
aha, yeah.
So,
So
So
it is what it
mode
is.
for me, we have some burning questions, but let me just start from the very, very beginning because that's what the Gatekeeper series is about. It's like we're taking people through the journey. Most especially because of these young artists that I think that, I just come out, blow, that's it. I'm like, no, hello, there's a process.
Yeah.
There's a process. Back in the day, we didn't just jump and then we blew. We're not bombs. We went through the process. We worked. We toiled. You understand? We put in time. We put in the work.
There's a
So
big
first things
difference
first.
from
First
being
things
like,
first.
yeah,
First things first. Who is Mode 9?
Mode 9 is just, is a, Mode 9 is a regular, irregular, orthodox guy.
Come on. Come on. Ah.
He's a regular, irregular, unorthodox guy. Complex and simple at the same time. Because what I do is that I take things that you can see every day and I just put it in a way that nobody will put it. I like a brand new foot mat. I never felt defeat. I mean, everybody knows what foot mat is. Foot mat and defeat. They're like, oh, defeat. Oh my God. Simple things, not the lyrical exponential to the nth degree, waiting. I can do all those ones, but rest assured, most of the fans won't get it. So what it is even harder to take everyday things and then make them seem nice with it. So I'm that kind of guy. I just take simple things and I make them look. I take difficult things and make them look easy, and at the same time, I take simple things and make them look difficult. 50% pan. Yeah.
Wow. You see what I'm saying? That's what I love about you. So that name Mode 9. I'm curious.
Yeah. You know
People
what?
always ask me, why Word MC? So I'm asking, Mode 9. Why that name Mode 9? Because it sounds like it's so different.
Yeah, I've told this story so many times, but I'm going to tell it again. Blink and you miss it because I'm going to give you the short version. Okay, in school, when I go into higher institution, I used to mess around with, there used to be this engineering mathematics books that I found. I found it. K.A. Stroud. So I was, practicing at home because I was bored. And then I learned how to use every function on the Casio scientific calculation. I learned how to use every single function. So when I got to school, we're doing a course called TSL. This is actually the long version. We got all night. So there's a course called TSL. It's a land surveying course for those that are doing land surveying and for those in construction that know estate management that take that course when they first start. It's called TSL 101. And in that course, you solve complex problems like 10 times 5.1 raised to the power minus 88. You can't put 0.000000088 times on your calculator because it only has how many, just 10. So there's a way that you change from the calculator, you change it, and it's in modes. It was in modes. There's mode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think mode 8 is to change it to standard form. That is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power minus 89 or something like that. And then in order to change it back to normal form, you have to press mode 9. So now when we're doing this course, I was sitting down next to this girl and she had a calculator. I didn't bring my calculator. So I took her calculator and I changed it. I pressed that mode 8. So it was like in standard form. So when we finished the lecture, I forgot to put it back for her. So it was like every single simple, like if she wants, for instance, if she wants to say 2 times 2, the thing will probably give her 2 times 10 raised to the power 1 times 2 times 10, something like that, or 2 times, just something. It just it scrambled it up. 2 times 2 is just a simple thing. You just say, whoa, what is this? So she saw me. I was with a friend of mine just walking, and I was kind of like far away. And she realized that I didn't even tell her my name because that was at the beginning of the semester. So she just, you know, she called me and she said, please change this thing back for me. I took her, I took a calculator and I just pressed mode 9. Then she said, what did you do? What did you do? I said, I just pressed mode 9. So she saw me another day and she tried to remember my name. She didn't get my name. She didn't remember because I didn't tell her my name. So the only thing that she could remember was mode 9. So that's how she called me mode 9. So my friend that was with me, a stubborn guy, we went to another class. I think we went to the drawing room and one person just said, hey, what's your name? Because I was like, we were only 5 jam bites. The rest did prep. So he said, what's your name? Because every other person knew each other. We were just 5 of us that were new. I'm like, what's going on here? So what's your name? Before I could just say my real name, that my friend just said, his name is Mode 9. And that's how the thing just caught on. Boom. That's how they started calling me Mode 9. It's not as if I went to go and look for a rap name. I had a rap name back then. My name was so whack.
My goodness.
It was whack. So I just said, man, I just opted not having a rap name. Like, no, these names are horrible, man. I had a rap with the whack name, but I don't want to rap it. I don't want to tell you people the name. It was a horrible name. Everybody was an MC then. MC this, MC that. Yeah. Remember that era now?
Yeah, me too now. I'm weird MC.
But mine was the MC in front, and it was horrible. Weird still makes sense.
Just like the British.
Weird still makes sense. Mine was MC Black Knight.
MC Black Knight.
There was a whiskey. When good friends get together, Black Knight makes you feel. So some of my friends used to make fun of me. There used to be Black Knight whiskey, so they'll sing that song for me. I was like, I'm not MC Black Knight again.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how I got it.
It's not bad though. Black Knight. It's not bad.
It's a terrible name, man.
So Mode, what were your early influences?
First of all, I used to look up to my brother because my brother was, to me, he was the coolest. My brother, my big sister went to Maryland Comprehensive High School. So I went to one school like that, one cowshed school like that, Arowo Shagbe in K2. So they used to go pick me up, the driver will come and pick me up, and then we'll go pick my sister. Okay, my brother was in Oregon High School. So Oregon High School was near Tabansi Records. I was really jealous of him because every day he would just come. Guess who I saw today? DCK Falala. Excuse me, baby. Because he was near, their school was near Tabansi Records. So he used to see all of them. And I was like, damn, why don't I see these people? I never saw one superstar. One. He saw like a lot of these guys. He even saw Fashek one day. I was like, oh, man. So driver used to come pick me first, then we'll go to my sister's school. And they were always, like in Maryland, they always had these extracurricular. I used to even go play tennis there. You know, we did not have tennis in my school. We only had table tennis, Paco table tennis, where we use desk to play. So I got there, I was like, oh, this is a proper school. So I was like, Dad, why didn't you not put me in this proper school? Why did you send me to that rubbish school? So I used to look up to my sister. She had all the cool tapes, all the Dynasty, Sky, you know, all the, she knew all the latest steps and everything. So I was like, okay, I looked up to her. And then also my brother used to bring records back from school. Him and his friends, they used to exchange records, real records, as in vinyl. And he used to bring them home, and I was like, wow. He was up to date. He knew stuff. And back then there was no internet, so you just have to know stuff from people who have traveled and, you know, people come, like those that return, they come, they buy tapes or record. There was a guy that used to record radio shows. His name is Chikodi, rest in peace, Chikodi. His cousin used to record radio shows for him. Radio shows, and that's it. I got a couple, but they're inside that machine. There's one machine, this thing. That's it. Inside that machine. That. This one, yeah.
Ah,
That's
oh my
my
goodness.
record. I don't have
Wow.
too many. I have some records in Nigeria. That's where
Mm,
in Lagos, where me and Kraft, we did a whole project where we just sampled from records. Shout out to
mm,
Kraft.
mm.
Yeah, so that's just basically I look up to my brother and my sister. But musically, one of the first artists I really liked, was this. There was a song. I forgot the guy's name. Is it Carl Carlson or something? She's a bad man, my jabba. Ding, ding,
Mm,
ding.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
that song. I
mm.
could play that
That's
song.
what
My
I'm
sister had a party.
doing.
My sister had a party when she came back because she was selected to go to Togo for this French thingy from Maryland. So when she came back, she had a party where I danced that song. I was just go when the song finishes, I'll go take it back, take it back. I was just like I went crazy on that song, and then I liked that guy for that one song. I don't even know any other song that. And I also like Chic. There was a group called Chic, and there
Yeah.
was another group called
Freak
the
out.
Johnson
See
Brothers.
she. See she.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ah.
Freak out. I
Mm.
like the Johnson Brothers. Like most of the stuff that I like was old school, not
Boris
really hip
Johnson.
hop.
Mm.
The stuff that really jump started me was not even really, it wasn't hip hop,
Wow.
but there was some rap in it. You remember
Mm.
the whispers in
Yes.
in rock, no but heart. So what you put it up inside, you never gave, so tell it
Yeah,
loud.
give me way
That
back.
kind of, that time even to just hear, you probably hear 8 bars of a rap inside a song like
Mm. Mm.
Groove Control,
You
Dynasty.
do.
They have a little, if you think you got a groove, Dynasty got the kind of groove. You got a groove control. That small part, that's when I knew that I like hip hop. Because
Wow.
that small part, the breakdown, that was my part. I went crazy on all those. That's where I started noticing hip hop. Then one day, my brother
Mm.
bought a record, vinyl, Curtis Blow. That was
Ooh.
when that was when I
Mm.
went crazy because
I love
there was a
Curtis.
guy called Silva Ofogu. Who remembers Silva Ofogu?
Active or four. Sounds very
Silva
familiar.
Ofogu. Olisa Adeboa.
Mm.
Those were my heroes on Nigerian TV.
Really.
Olisa Adeboa
Mm.
and Silva Ofogu.
Mm.
There was another guy, but he wasn't doing anything, it wasn't doing any music related show. Chuka Momo, that's his name, Chuka Momo. But Silva Ofogu and Olisa Adeboa, they used to go crazy and they used to give me that knowledge. They didn't only play music videos, they talked about it. The first time I saw a video of MC Hammer, it was Olisa Adeboa. I played it. I think it was, this mother out. So he said how he signed the video and he said, hey guys, if you think that you can dance, watch this. And I watched that video. The first time I watched that video, I remember when we were living in Michael back then. I watched that video and I was like, damn! I was MC Hammer's #1 fan.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I was his #1 fan. I had all these records like We Got to Break.
Wow.
That was even the second album that Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him. The Turn This Mother album out, he had one song, The Son of the King. He had some other, like, I remember the cassette. The cassette was green. The other one had some blue in it and he had the hairstyle with this thing. That was the second album that went diamond. So yeah, I just think that if you don't really like music, if you don't really like music, your music will just be, you probably will sell. You get, like right now, everything has changed. It's all about the internet, it's about TikTok videos, is that everybody, even artists themselves, they talk more. Now it's even crazier. They're doing crate challenge.
That crate challenge thing, I'm like, what's going on?
No, I mean that's where it has all shifted. Like they gave you everything. They gave you the internet to promote yourself. Back then, nobody knew how to promote. You had to go to the radio stations,
Yes.
TV stations. If they say they're not playing your music, there's no way around it. You're never gonna get heard. Never. Now we have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have Instagram. You have everything, and now you want to go kill yourselves by doing crate challenge. Anyway, me, I would not tell anybody not to do it. Please, if you want to break your head, go and do it too. And if you succeed, good luck trying to collect your $1,000 from Uncle Snoop. Good luck.
Man.
Because at the end of the day, okay, you did it, you did it. I seen a lady do it with high heels. What are you going to do? I seen a guy smoking and drinking lean and doing it. So those ones did it, you just did it. So what? Blueface did it. So we have everything right now. And Blueface is an American hip-hop artist who raps offbeat.
Oh, I thought you said Two-Face. I was like, huh?
No, Blueface. Blueface. Yeah, he did it. He did it. He tried. Because, you know, so right now, I feel that you have the internet and ways that you can promote your music without spending that bag, you can even make music without going to a proper studio. Back in the days, if you didn't have money to book studio session, AVI, you didn't go to AVI or one of those other studios.
AVI. Come on, man.
If you didn't go there and you didn't get a proper, sometimes you even book session. They'll collect your money, yes, collect your, but who's going to be your engineer? You have to use one of those there engineers. I forgot those guys. There was one guy, I've forgotten his name, man. He was really good. If you don't have a good engineer, or more, hey, there was a time SWAT Root went to the studio. We recorded. This track was sounding fantastic. Just as the guy wanted to tweak something, we just said, poof, the system went off. And this was towards the end of the session. We just wanted to tweak something so we can export it to. Poof. The guy said, no, don't worry. Save. Let me restart. The guy restarted the system.
Everything was good.
Can't believe it, man. It's gone. G-Link, shout out to G-Links. Can't believe it. G-Links just came back from South Africa at that time, and he went to an American school. So he had this American accent. He was like, do it again. I can't believe it. It's gone. Solo D was like, eh?
Solo D.
Solo D, we don't go put sound effects. He don't put sound effects for only in verse. He don't put night. Go on. Everything. We spent 1 hour teaching the whole verses or putting sound effects, and you know, for those that use curse words, reversing the curse words so that the curse words don't come out, so that we can play on radio. We did all we finished the voice in less than like 2 hours ago. We're tweaking all the verses, the only person that didn't curse that time. The only 2 people that didn't curse was 6 Foot Plus and LD. They never used to curse. So we tweaked, and then poof, it went.
Oh my goodness.
And we never got the money for the session back, and we never got the song back. And it was those days that I used to go, I write in the studio. After I finish voicing, I just tear the lyrics up and dump them in the dustbin. That's what I used to do. I just used to destroy. I'll just destroy it when the song comes out. I'll learn it from there.
Wow.
You know, so that was how that song. I don't even know how I started my verse. I have no idea how it started.
Wow.
Nothing. I don't. You know, so things like that happened. They were happening back then, but now you can back up your stuff. Hard drives or whatnot. Then you know what they made me believe? There's this disc called rewritable disc, right? Rewritable data disc. They used to sell it 1,000 naira in the studio where we used to record. 1 grand, right? So the other one, there was a rewritable one, and there was one that you could just write. It's a data disc, but you can't go and change things. That rewritable, you can put more things on it. Then the normal one, the normal CD, once they burn the data on it, it will just stay. If you want to change something, you have to buy another normal CD. So in that studio, they used to sell the normal CD for 500 naira. 1 CD, 500 naira. They used to sell the rewritable for 1,000 naira. So one day I just told the guy in the studio, I said, I beg, use normal CD, burn this thing. The ordinary CD where would they do the music, where they use burn the song. Usually he said, no, it won't work like that. We have to use rewritable. Okay, how much is rewritable? He said 1,000 naira. He said, how much is that one? He said, that one is, I can give it to you 400 naira. I said, okay. You know what you're going to do? I'm not going to change anything in this song. Once you burn it, you burn it. Burn it as data on this CD. Forget the rewritable. He made me think that that wasn't possible. So there was this member of our crew called Mr. Barron. Mr. Barron now came and said, it's possible, only that you won't be able to change anything. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to change anything. I just want to have the data. And if I want to change everything, we can put it into another system, change it, and then burn it on another CD. The guy just felt, oh, these boys have got me, man. These boys, I thought these boys weren't computer literate. So that's when I knew that, man, this rewritable CD now scam. Rewritable CD now, there's so many things that we went through back in the day. Like, I went to a show at Powerhouse Ikeja, where I met, that was the first time I'll be meeting Two-Face and Blackface. Then there was no Face. Face wasn't in the mix yet.
Yeah. I
met Idris. I met Idris Abdul Karim. I met Tony Hetula. I met Eddie Montana. Do you know why I never did a diss song about the Remedies? I'll tell you the reason why I never said anything negative about Idris, Tony, or Eddie. Because the first time I met them, they were 100. In short, Idris Abdul Karim was the coolest. He came, yo, what's up, man? Hey, yo, yeah, nah, man, what's up, man? Idris was, every time I meet Idris is 100% cool. So I never felt, even when guys would say, Idris is messing up the guy. I said, listen, if you think Idris is messing up, do your own now so that they can compare. He said, but he has Kenny's music behind him. Do something that will impress Kenny, then Kenny will play. But if you come against him, you see, they had the media at that time. You're trying to fight something. You don't have it. Your own power is on red. Their power is on green. You won't win. I was telling guys, at the end of the day, it's going to be too much friction. Even if you win, it's going to be a Pyrrhic victory because later on, it's going to be bad for you, man. You're just going to make enemies. It's too early for certain people to be making those kind of enemies. You don't know. Yeah. They probably lost a whole lot of money from shows. Underground cuttings from the show. Underground, though, that you don't even know. They're calling and say, we need Mode 9 for a show. No, Mode 9 has left the country. That's how it would be. That's how it would be. A lot of backfighting, backdoor fighting, boardroom politics and everything. There was a lot of boardroom politics. That's why in the Nigerian industry, even it hasn't really changed. The same 12 artists are making all the money. The same 12 artists are making all the money.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah,
I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
You know when you started out, and you started to record and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you like, okay, now I'm starting to record. Let me go out there. Let me go and shop my material. Did you like go to different labels to try and shop your material to get signed? Did you do that?
Do you know what? When I started recording, I recorded first with two radios. So it was really rough. It was really rough. I put one instrumental from tape, one playing, one cassette inside, record. Then I'll start rapping. First verse, second verse, chorus. Man, it was so rough and it was jerking and everything, but I enjoyed it. Sometimes I just had to record straight. You do the first verse, do the chorus, and do the. It was very rough. I played it for a couple of people, but no type of label was even interested. I remember meeting someone. I was like, "Yeah, this is where I rap." And the guy said, rapping in English? Nobody wants to listen to that kind of rap. Why can't you just behave like? Why don't you just sing Fuji or just do so? If you can sing Juju music, I said, but reggae is big now. Can you sing reggae? No, I can do small raga. I said, no, that one will not sell. That's how they'll tell you, it will not sell. Like, no. But later, around that time, I think that we had a lot of reggae artists, but very few were really doing the hardcore toast like Shabba Ranks. They were singing Isaac Black, Christian Negus, Peter Side Otong, the Mandators. We had, all those guys. And those guys, those guys were doing their thing. They were pretty good. And I was like, I don't know how to sing this thing, man. I used to actually do dance hall before I started rapping, actually. That was the first thing I started doing, just for fun. Because I was brought up in UK, so that dance hall was all over the place. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh and all those things. So I was doing a lot of that, so I could do it a bit. So I'll just do it, and then people were like, "Oh, it's really good." I'm like, "Nah, I'm just joking with it." I never really wanted to be a dance hall ragamuffin guy because I had real Jamaican friends, and they always used to say, "Wagwan, Leko youth, nah, not the same. If I start to sing like a Nigerian, it's going to take you just probably 5 seconds to know that me a fake star. That is how I know that you are not Jamaican. You hear me? That's it."
Man.
Me don't hear no Nigerian do no ragamuffin. You're not from Kingston, Leko youth. So I remember a friend of mine, his wife is Jamaican. So I was playing her some Nigerian reggae. She was like, "Oh, no. She's second generation Jamaican. So she still has the British accent, but she can switch it." So when she was hearing the Nigerian reggae, she was like, no, it's hurting my ears. Oh, no. Come on, stop it. I was like, "What? This is hot. How dare you? But my friend Lion King broke it down. He broke it down. He said, "Listen, the best reggae artist you guys have in Nigeria, his name is Two Fierce Idibia. He did a song called You Are My African." Said, "That is a sound." You see, he didn't try to do the reggae this thing. He just sang it. But it entered, African Queen entered all their reggae mixtapes now. They even had these guys doing their own versions of African Queen, all these Jamaican High Octane and Co, all these guys. Yeah. So, but right now, they're trying to be like us.
Yeah.
They're trying to sing like Davido and Wizkid. Did you hear Justin Bieber trying to sing like Wizkid? So big up to the newer generation. The newer generation, they're obviously doing something right. The Grammy nominations and everything. But you see, the other guys, for every one talented guy out there, there are always a bunch of wakawikis that just want to copy the idea, but they don't have no lyrics, nothing, no foundation. We started from the stage to the studio. I was always doing it. I knew how to perform live before I had to learn how to record in the studio because I was always performing live. I think it was a problem for a couple of people. There was a guy back in the day, I don't know where he is now, Angel Zigzag. Every single show I went, every single show that I went to, I saw that guy. I was like, "Man, who the hell is this guy?" And he had some kind of song like, oh my God. He had some kind of like, people knew his stuff. And I didn't think at that time, he hadn't recorded those songs. But people knew songs because he had performed it over and over again. So that was the era where people performed from the stage to the studio. But now it's straight from the studio. That's why I watch some Nigerian shows here and there, and I just see them play the whole song, and then the artist struggling to follow the song. Yes, I understand. Sometimes the mic is bad. When we came from Abuja to Lagos, we were in the north. In the north, you just do it. You rap your rap and everything. So I came to Lagos and I tried to do my rap, but the mic, they're so used to having terrible mics that they never even, sometimes the mic is almost off. So when you now try to do your thing, like nobody heard it, I was like, eh? And they're cheering these white guys. DJ, play my whole song. Next show. You can't beat them, join them. The mic was always bad. So I just noticed that I think right now, all that should stop. My shows in South Africa that I did, when you're signing the contract, it just tells you strictly backing track. It's there in black and white. Strictly backing track. You can't sing over the vocals. Did you watch the verses, the Locks versus Dipset? Everybody before the battle, they were saying, Dipset is going to kill the Locks. They have more hits than the Locks. I said, man, the Locks are real MCs. Let's see what happens. The Dipset guys, they couldn't remember their verses. 4 guys with hits on stage, individual hits, minus Freaky Zeke. They couldn't remember their verses properly. The Locks, just play that, Who Shot Ya? When Jada Kiss, oh my God. Damn. Jadakiss went in. It was raw. The crowd went crazy. You know, you see the New York crowd, if you watch the Smack battles, the battles that they have in New York, there's a guy called Smack. He organizes battle rap. Let me tell you, even if you're crowd favorite, the moment you slip up, it's going to take the crowd approximately 2 seconds to flip on you and start cheering the other. They don't care if the other guy is from Missouri, Michigan, or old block, or they don't care whether he's from LA, whether he's a Crip, whether he's a, they're gonna switch on you, New York guy, they'll switch on you. So the Harlem guys that were in that building that came to support Dipset, at the end of the day, they had to give it up to the Lux. Because Jadakiss carried the Lux, Mr. Tagadope artist carried the Lux on his back. I didn't really hear much from Sheik. I heard a little from Styles P, apart from him getting kicked in the face by Cameron, which I felt was nasty. But that shows you what the difference between a real MC and a guy with hits. Like, I could get on stage now with my old songs, and some of these new guys with all their hits will perform and everything. Will mime, will do miming, will do karaoke. I'll get on stage. There was a time I went to Jos for a show. And I didn't go to perform. I went, there was a talent hunt, so the guys were like, Mo, we just want your presence, because that's one of my favorite places to be in Nigeria. And rest in peace to all those that lost their lives in Jos. Let me not forget. You see, Jos was still one of my favorite places to go when it comes to entertainment. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll go. You know, they got me a hotel room and everything. But at the back of my mind, I knew that these guys might just psych me out to perform. I had a feeling. Well, I didn't really care, because the atmosphere is right. The atmosphere in J-Town is all love. The energy is right. So I was there, and then they started begging me. The guys, after the show, they said, Moat, please, man, we'll just appreciate if you just do one track. Yeah, but I didn't bring any music. I didn't bring any CD. You see, that would have probably another artist would have said, I didn't bring my CD. And that's it. There's no performance because he didn't bring his CD to mine too. But me, I didn't bring my CD. I said, don't worry, give me the mic. I went on stage, DJ just throw instrumentals. Just throw instrumentals, man. The DJ was just playing instrumental. I was just rapping, freestyling, verses, old verses from Styly, everything. I was just on other people's beats. That is what a real MC does. Yeah. A real MC doesn't need to have his own CD. He doesn't have to rap to his. You gotta be ready. As long as you're making a public appearance, you have to be ready to rap. You understand? In Nigerian radio stations, do you know how I stopped rehearsing my raps, going to radio stations in Lagos and basically in Nigeria. I stopped before. Whenever I have a radio interview, I used to just prepare just in case they tell me to rap. When in Nigeria, in Lagos State, I'll go to a radio station. That's the only place where they would not even tell you to. They want to know every single thing about your life that is non-music related, and they would never ask you to rap. So I just stopped rehearsing myself. Like, okay, it's a business. Let's just do it. Let's just say the weirdest things so that people can either hate me or love me more. Just get a reaction from people and have them Twitter fingers online, and then no rapping. Because guess what? They already know that you can rap. So sometimes when they say, Modan, are you going to do something for us? Sometimes they do in a condescending, sly, funny kind. They say, Modan, come and do something for us. It's almost like a circus. Nah, don't worry, man. You're gonna hear my new song. I'll play you my new song. You have my CD play, because we came up going to radio stations to rap, but since they just made it not important, I just stopped rehearsing. I stopped being serious with my art to that extent where I'll go and break my neck and start rehearsing raps, go to the radio station, and they won't tell you to do nothing. But when we have shows, that's when I do my rehearsal. Always come to the sound check early. And that was my #1 rule. You can ask Craftmatics. Craft will tell you.
Craftmatics.
The wrong rule was to get to the sound check early. early. You have to do it early and bounce. Go back to the hotel and rest.
Yeah.
Some artists, I see some artists, they go to the sound check. They want everybody to be, it's not a performance. First of all, you're just checking the levels of the microphone. That's all you're doing. You're just checking the levels on the mic. You don't have to perform your whole song. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I perform my whole song just to take a piss. For those that came late, I'll delay you. I'll perform my whole song in the soundtrack. I'll even perform one song 2 times. Come, take it back, take it back. That mic is not. Okay. I'll do it intentionally so that you sweat, so that you be like, tell me 9 to finish. I said, where were you when I waited 1 hour to get on stage to do my sound check? The game is crazy, man. If you have the best behavior as an artist, they will struggle to bring you back next year. But if you come late, you insult people, you're rude, you're arrogant, they'll call him back. Call him back. That's what the people need. He got star qualities. He's a superstar. He behaves like a superstar. So call him back. That's just, they expect a superstar to behave like that. He got star qualities. Call him. No. Mona, no, they behave like star now. He could just come rap. He may come early for sound check. No. I beg, go call another person. We need superstar. So some people, they look at it like that. To me, it's a business. Is what we get paid, we eat, we pay our rent from this thing. So there's no reason for you to be late for sound check, late for the show, everything. They give you a time. In a big show, they'll tell you, this is the time that you're going on stage. This is the time. You have to be, like me, I prefer to be on, to be around like an hour before I go on stage, because you need to mentally get yourself into the groove. Sometimes I go and I look at the crowd from the backstage. Okay, look at the stage. Even though I've done all that during the sound check, but it's different when there's a whole crowd around. So I just look. You don't just come last minute and you just jump on stage and realize that there's one wire here, there's one something here, and then you're jumping around. Oh, the wire catch your leg. Boom. Weird. There was one rule. I don't know if you guys used to abide by this rule. I used to tell Kraft this thing, because when I had my first partner, who actually, I learned a lot of stagecraft from my first partner when I was in Bida Poly. This is what he used to say. He said, if the crowd is cheering you guys and you guys are killing it, and you're 2 on stage, or 3 or 4, he said, the moment you guys bump into each other by mistake, he said, the show is over. He said, the moment you bump into each other on stage, he said, the show is over. For him, if he bumps into you on stage and the crowd is still cheering, he's going to be sad. He will finish performing and backstage, he will just say, why did you bump into me, man? Made us look sloppy. So sometimes when I look at some artists, rappers, I see them just bumping into themselves, bumping. I'm like, no. It looks very tacky. I was on stage with Terry the Rap Man and one guy that he featured. I don't want to mention the guy's name because the guy's a good guy, but he drinks a little bit too much. So I told Terry, man, I said, man, Terry, man, this guy been drinking, man. I'm not really comfortable with this guy, you know. Do you know that throughout our performance, right? This was at one of Jimmy Jatt's shows. I spent the whole time on stage dodging this guy. So this guy will not bump into me. As the guy goes, I spent the whole time dodging this guy. And the guy will just come, we want to hold you. No, if it's not rehearsed, that holding thing doesn't work. I might just want to swing my arm like this and you come to hold me, I give you elbow for head. That's the end of the show. You understand? So sometimes that necessary roughness, that chaotic behavior by Onyx is organized confusion on stage. It is rehearsed most of the time. You can't go into a drunken stupor, take drugs or take alcohol and start doing anyhow. You end your show and nobody's going to call you back for sloppy behavior, sloppy performance, you know. It looks tacky. It looks tacky. So for me, I'm more of I like good, like people who, like when Burna Boy first started, he wasn't 100% on stage. But the more show, the good thing about stage is the more shows you do,
you get better
you will become.
Your craft.
See, Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep, they were very shy. They used to forget their lyrics. I remember that time, Talib Kweli too.
Really?
There was a
Wow.
time in the Source, yeah, there was a time in the Source magazine, was it Vibe? They wrote an article that he forgot 5 songs one night. 5 songs, yes. You know, but he still had a good show because the crowd loved him. Now, I'm a student of the game, not to put any of these guys down. It can happen to anybody. It has happened to me before. I have forgotten lyrics on stage. Nobody is perfect. And this is how I play it off. I listen to the greats. Whenever I want to perform, I always look for that one fan who knows all my lyrics. There is always that one fan.
Yes.
It's as if I'm doing it on, you know, it's as if I'm not really paying attention, but I'm telling the guy, come forward, come forward. So I place him in front. I will place him in front. So if I'm getting to a part, oh shit, I'll just give him the mic. He will complete it. If he doesn't complete it, guess what? It's his fault. If he doesn't complete it, like, oh, you forgot, you better DJ rewind.
Wow.
It won't make me look bad, honestly. There's always one fan or a couple of fans. There was a guy called Chuka, aka Dasuki. This guy had one of the greatest. He has one of the. He's in advertising now. He was a member of Caliphate. This guy could remember. He could write rhymes in his brain and recite it to you, and then after 3 days, he come back to you and say that rhyme that you wrote in your brain, and he'll say it. So he could remember every single rhyme. So, well, if I see him and his crew at a show, I'll just go closer to them when I'm performing. And go there. He knows every single bar, and I'll just give him the mic. Sometimes to take a breather, you give him the mic. Sometimes to take a breather and continue rapping. Sometimes you feel like, oh, sometimes you get some thoughts in your head like, what am I going to eat when I finish this thing? And that can throw you off. Oh, you're rapping, and then you remember that, this guy owes me money. And then all of a sudden you just, that's why you have to focus. Don't drink. My number one rule is I never took alcohol before a performance. The only time me and Kraft took alcohol before performance, when we did Glow Tour, went to Ondo State, went to Ondo State. I bought a bottle of vodka. I was like, man, this is boring as hell. The Glow people, they'll come to the hotel room. They'll come and pick you. When it's your turn to perform, they'll come and pick you, take you to the venue. You'll just be standing for hours. So I was just bored. I was like, man, Kraft, I beg, make we drink this vodka more. But we don't drink too much. We just drink half of it. So that was the only time that we drank. But most of the time, especially when it's beer, beer is the sloppiest thing to take before a show. First of all, what beer will do to you is that it will make your mouth very dry. The best thing to take is water, room temperature water. Always have that. Just sip it slowly. Don't go. If you go with it after a while, when you're on stage, you want to go to the toilet. So what you do is that you sip it slowly just to lubricate your mouth. That's if you have the Star Trek shows were, the contract we signed was 45 minutes. So if you're going to perform for 45 minutes, can't be. And another thing, one of my friends that know about, that I was like, I respect. One thing they said was, once you're performing and you're screaming and you lose your voice, that's it. And I used to have that problem when I first started. You get excited when the crowd is, when the crowd is really, sometimes the energy of the crowd will just make you just raise up your level, and then you scream and lose your voice. That is, it's not as bad as bumping into each other. Sometimes you're having a really good time, you lose your voice. It happens. I went to Germany, performed. It was so cold, I lost my voice. First show. After the first show, my voice was dead. So every other show, I was sounding like DOC. I had a husky voice. And I usually have those problems like sore throat. I usually have them a lot. So yeah, I usually, but back in the day, I recorded a whole album with a bad throat. I had a throat issue when I recorded those formidable, flawless, and then even the album with the album that I recorded with Question Mark, Pluribus Unum, I still had that problem. And then also Da Vinci Mode, there was a song called Tears of Pain. my voice was so bad that the way I rapped it, you know, soft, and then I compressed the vocals to make it loud, but my vocals was messed up. But people liked it. It was like an effect. But I was always having that problem until I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take care of it. Lime and warm water in the morning. If you have a show, don't talk too much. Lime and warm water. Try to drink warm water. After drinking lime, don't take too much lime. It can mess with your stomach. Drink warm water. Drink warm water, and then there's a technique when you grab the mic. There's a technique. That's why sound check is very important. The sound check, you tell the sound man to raise the volume of your mic.
I love what you said about mic technique. Very important. Mic
the
technique.
diaphragm.
You didn't know that.
That's why I brought this here. You see this mic? This is a one direction unidirectional mic.
Yeah,
the diaphragm is here. Yeah, it's here. Some mics are multi-directional. As in, any way you wrap this thing, it will go out. But mostly, the diaphragm is here. So now, sometimes I see some kind of artists, they'll grab everything and they'll put their mouth there. That's what's going to be happening. But watch Eminem and Nas on stage, especially Eminem. Eminem will hold the mic like this. And he will place his mouth right here and he'll rap. He'll sound like the CD. DMX, Eminem, rest in peace, DMX. DMX, Eminem, Nas, Jay-Z. Sometimes Jay-Z might grab the mic like this. You think he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's grabbing the mic here, but he's leaving this place open. But you know people where they feel, but they're so good at performing that you will never notice. Breadman and Method Man, they will just grab the whole mic like this. But they're so experienced that they would deliver. Their vocals are 100%.
Yeah.
So it won't really be that bad. But Eminem holds the mic like this and raps into the mic because he understands it's a technique. But any technique that works for you, if you're going to be performing for a very long time, please hold the mic properly, and then don't put it too close. Don't put your mouth. Don't kiss the mic. Just allow there to be like, you know. Yeah.
Mode, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you got signed to Question Mark Entertainment, right?
Yeah.
You know how it is now. Like, I'm your CEO. I sign you on. I've spent money on you.
Yeah.
You know, I've invested, and I'm thinking, man, this guy doesn't really do what I would call commercial radio friendly, hip hop. How are you able to strike that balance between holding on to your craft, staying true to your game, staying true to what you wanted to put out there, but in the same vein, making money for the label?
I believe my album made a lot of money, but it was a very difficult album to record. So what I did was, it was a strategy, and I had to convince my label people. I had to convince them because they weren't having it at first. I said, listen, I went to Jonah the Mona, let's record Pentium IX. What I did was I did all the hardcore tracks, all the put it in there. I called that the mixtape. And we put that out first. So while I was doing that, I recorded that in Mopo 20 with Jonah the Monarch. I was simultaneously recording E Pluribus Unum. My first, what I felt like when I was recording E Pluribus Unum, I felt like, you know what? I felt this project shouldn't have any battle rap tracks, any raps that Akiwa KMC's did. But there were some certain tracks that Cobams heard. Like there was a track called Torongi wa me Bansuru. Rest in peace, Blast from Abuja. He came over, he did the Hausa part. Cobams told me that you have to put this on the album. Because Cobams produced like 8 songs or so. They're about 5 or 6. Wow. Some of the songs that Cobams produced didn't make the album. Yeah, so Cobams endorsed that track. And there was another track that I got from Germany from a guy called Jacques Boom. Who got the rhyme? Who got the rhyme? It was done by Amaka, Chief Rocker, Elajo's sister. She came in to do a love song on my album to sing. So she just sang the love song. Then I was playing that beat. Who got the rhyme, the beat. It's a hardcore beat. One guy from Germany, Jacques Boom, he gave me the beat when I went to Berlin. She heard it and she was like, oh, she likes this beat. This beat is grimy. And I was like, can you do a hook? Because I know that if I go and do a hook, the thing will be over hardcore. So I said, okay, get a female to do the hook. But it was still hardcore. Who got the rhymes? It sounded like Rah Digga, Hurricane G, all those kind of, like, it was grimy, but I loved it. Those were the only two ones that most of the tracks on the Pluribus Unum had storylines. They were about something. It was just me telling stories or me talking about the situation of the country and everything. So it was a plan. And I got Two-Face in to record a song called Africa. DJ Coco Chanel from New York, Hot 97. Is it Hot 97? She hit me up on MySpace back then. And she told me she loved the song, that she played the song. So I knew that I was like, okay, in order for me to do something that people will like, I'll get people to sing in indigenous languages. Like Two-Face sang in Idoma, Nomalous, rest his soul, sang in Yoruba, Blast, rest his soul, did a part in Hausa. You know, I got people to I got Obi-Wan to do a hype Fat Man School kind of feel on one of the songs, you know. Ugly chicks in the building, put your hands down. See, the concept of that one was that ugly chicks in the building, put your hands down. So when you say, before we perform that song, I remember performing that song. Where did we perform it? A Star Mega Jam or something. We say, if you don't say you wah, keep your hands down. Now only find people will raise it. So that, like, for them to get the concept. So when it got to the chorus, ugly chicks in the building, put your hands down, put your hands down, hands down. So other people, if you say that, everybody's gonna have their hands up. That was the concept, but without a video to properly explain that, it wasn't even looking like we were gonna shoot a video because Kevin had his hands full. We shot Nigerian Girls, we shot Cry. Every single video we shot from that project was a hit, you know. So question mark, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have to give props to Kevin Luciano. Everybody, a lot of people say, he's a bad guy, he's this, he's that, he's that. Yes, he can lose his temper here and there and everything, but at the end of the day, he gave me one thing that most CEOs, apart from Solo D, because Solo D is a hip-hop head, most CEOs were always trying to change the sound. They're trying to micromanage me, you know. But Kevin just came to me and said, Mode, I'm spending a lot of money on this project. I want you to give me an album I can sell. That was the only thing he told me. And while I was recording, he never entered the studio. Wow. Hey, Kevin, come and listen to. I remember when Obi Asika came by and we just finished recording Cry. We just called Kevin. Obi was there. Obi came and he heard the song. Obi said, this is a hit. Yeah, this is a hit. It's a hit. It's a hit. Kevin just said, yeah. Anybody that's going to compete with Question Mark is going to go broke. Yeah. Those are my bros, man. Those are my bros. The only guy I didn't like was John Fashanu. I didn't like him. I just didn't like him, man. He came in, he came in, they said he was a director, and he just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, nah. Right, nah. That's the only person I didn't like.
I want to acknowledge the presence of a few people. I can see Soul Snatcher, LD,
Snatcher,
Jimmy Jab,
Jimmy,
Diasonic.
You know,
there's Magnum. I see
Magnum.
People in here, KBR Conde, there are people in here. The Sonic who keeps
saying, awesome. Look up way behind.
Awesome. Aha, Mando Pablo, I see you. Terry the Ratman is somewhere.
Defo Clan. Rough Rugged and Raw.
That's mad memories. Before we even,
you know what? I have some Defo Clan stories.
I want to bring
Rough Rugged and Raw. I have some Rough Rugged and Raw. Check this out. This is why I say rappers back then, they took their art seriously, man.
I'm bringing Jimmy Jack on to say a few things.
Okay. All right.
Today
I haven't even gotten to Style itself. We haven't gotten to Style.
See, I know, small. See, that Style for me, I was like, yes.
That's
I just love that line, Lagos too much, Joe.
That's the get out of jail free card, Style.
Jimmy is in the building.
DJ Jimmy. Two of us, they went class now. Jimmy, my eye don't spoil now.
Oh no, my one was pass your own now.
Oh, wow. I know they see.
I
Oh,
don't see nothing.
3 of us, they wear glass and hat.
How far now, man?
Sure, man. What's up, man?
Really fun, man. You know, we just, like I said, I just started this new series. I was like, look, we need to start celebrating
Salute.
our own.
Salute, salute,
Yes,
salute,
yes.
salute, salute.
People like you, Modo, LD the Dawn, the Rooftop MCs, now we
Rock,
don't want
Rugged and
this,
Raw and
we
Devil
roll up
Clan.
our sleeves and
Most
put our hands
definitely.
dirty. You know, Dan Chris. Yeah, Dan Chris was saying a lot of stuff, you know, especially about stagecraft, recording, microphone technique, and all that is so important, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Started, but I said, let me even bring Jimmy on first. Jimmy's on.
Modo.
The song Styling, you, Two-Face, Modo, classic till tomorrow. I love that.
Elijah as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Classic style.
You guys get together.
Yes, sir.
Whose idea was it? Whose idea was it to do a song like this?
You know what,
Wow.
Jimmy? Let me just
Yeah.
say how I was introduced to the song.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
song was already recorded though, but Jimmy had a plan to do like a maxi single.
Mhm.
I actually heard Triple X do his own. I heard Anuchi, the African rock star, do his own. There was supposed to be a female version of Styley.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like
Oh.
Jimmy told, that was the idea. It's like there'll be like 5 of them or so. So we heard the beat and we were like, ah! Me and Elijah were at Planet One. So went to the studio, recorded. Elijah was still recording when I just finished mine. I just left. Then I got a call from Jimmy. Jimmy was like, man, we're shooting the video. That people like that our version. That the other versions were still going to come up. Until there was this, you know, there was this misunderstanding. But
Exactly.
throw that one away. Forget the misunderstanding. The video, we shot the video. Two Faces part and Elijah's part was shot together. Then my own part was
It was
we
the
entered
wala.
the street takeover. We got to Shita, man. Those guys, they weren't easy on us. So they cost our life.
Your part cost me money, die.
Yeah, I know.
We heard the gist.
It was crazy.
You know, because we just thought we had to go into some places, and all those places, boys were waiting for us, man. So once they just see you, man, you have to sort, you have to settle. It was really, you know, but it was fun, man. I mean, I look back to it now, I'm always excited. Every time I hear the song, it's just, man, you know, and like Modo said, you know, the idea was to do like a couple of versions, you know, so it wasn't meant to be just that one, but that one just, you know, so we recorded that, and that looked like there was no need for any other thing, especially because of one other incident that we don't want to talk about.
No,
you
so
know.
long. It happened so
It's
long
like,
ago, man.
you know, I mean, we're all grown now. It's a long time ago, you know. So when that happened, I just felt like, man, that's the single, and that was the last song I recorded for the album Definition, but it was the lead single of the album. Immediately that song was done, there was a feeling I got, like I just felt like, man, I'm gonna put this out, you know. I think looking back now, I think it was the right thing to do at the time, without a doubt, you know. So
100%.
Still, I mean, how many years later, and it's still a classic, man, you know. So yeah.
Yes.
2007 or so.
2000. It was recorded 2006. It was released 2006 ending, but it didn't get any attention until we dropped the video in 2007.
Boom.
You know.
Yeah, boom.
It was on the Storm compilation in 2006.
Yeah.
Nobody took note of it. The biggest song from that compilation were, you know, Sasha's Adara and some other tracks, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That song has got me out of some rough situations, man. I'll go perform for Ghana. Jimmy, man, they were not feeling me in Ghana. They weren't even trying to hear any song. I didn't cry. Oh, the Ghanaian crowd was like, Charlie. I saw the look in their face. Then the next thing I just bang, bang, bang. This is the guy right there. This guy was in there. Ooh! It's better to just start rough and end.
You know, the truth is, for a very long time, I was in denial. You know, at that time, and Nigeria wasn't really embracing that kind of sound. You know, so everywhere people play, like if I get into the club and people were jamming it, I'm like, oh, they're just doing a face service, like you know, it just because they see I did here, they just they play the song. But when I started believing was when the song plays, people are rapping modes verse, word for word. That's like not too many people can deliver modes verse in any song. Do you understand what I'm saying? Word for word. So you know that it's not eye service. It's like they're into it and they're bought into it, you know. So I just felt like, okay, so I guess we did something. Yeah, you know.
I went to Jos for a show. It was me, Ice Prince, and MI, and a couple of other guys. So it was really cold in Jos that I remember. So as I was performing, I got to this thing. Oh, they collect mine from my hand. I did not rap one word.
One line, exactly.
One word. I didn't even, when it was about to get to my turn, I said, now Ice Prince collect mic from me.
Always the
whole
situation.
thing. I was just there like this. I was like, oh, it's a good feeling.
You know, the good thing about Style is that it's a very sincere song. If you listen to it, it's true story by everybody. Yes. You know, all that nice story is the exact thing that happened. Because the thing was, we were having those conversations before the song developed. With Two-Face, it was just me and him chatting and talking about, you know, how Lagos been to us, how he used to come to my studio. Exactly, and we used to jump buses now. So it wasn't. There was no lie in the music. It was very sincere. And
there's a group we took to Marvelous Benji's studio. I forgot their names. Some young boys, Abdul and one other guy.
Yeah.
Two-Face and Blackface. We enter bus.
Yeah.
We enter bus. They argue with conductor. They claim stuff because we don't get money.
That might have been Tildi and Abdullah, have you?
Yes, Abdullah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that period we did that. That was their first recording, I believe. It was
exactly.
Blackface and Two-Face.
Yeah.
And Marvelous Benji produced it with Two-Face. I think Two-Face had the idea, and then Marvelous Benji was like,
"That's another awesome guy."
Yeah.
Marvelous.
You need to hook up with Marvelous Benji, man. You need to find that guy.
Yeah. I was trying to get him. You know, when I was doing that stuff that I did with you guys, or even though I haven't put it out anyway, that's exclusive on Shola's page now.
Yeah, true.
You know, the stuff I got, you know, the stuff we did now. And more, you know now. So I was trying to get Marvelous Benji by all means, but I couldn't. Yes. I connected everybody that could connect him. I'm still looking for him though.
He's an agent now. Try Daddy Shoki. Try Daddy Shoki.
I think I reached out to Shoki, asked him. I'll try again. But I've been out of Nigeria for a while, so maybe when I get back here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know they're in Nigeria now, right?
No.
Oh.
No. Briefly, I don't be like for now. I'm still tired, Nigeria.
I'm coming back.
Just briefly, yeah. Until then,
I
now.
have to take my jab. They say I have to take the jab. So I was trying to wait the jab. I was trying to wait so that they'll say, okay, don't worry, no more jab. Man, they're not. It's not gonna happen.
I'm taking it too.
Is it AstraZeneca or Pfizer?
No, Johnson & Johnson.
Ah, Johnson & Johnson, like Biggie's selling powder, sniffing coke. Johnson & Johnson.
That one is just one dose now. That's the best one now.
Johnson & Johnson, a black man though, from Chicago. He lives in O Block, man.
But
Johnson & Johnson, dope powder.
And I used to, so because it's black, it's even more authentic to me, man.
But it's all good. Yeah.
Right.
I want to ask you something. You know, you at some point in time, you had a stint on radio.
Oh yeah. I did.
Would you ever do anything on radio in the future, in the near future?
If I don't own the radio station, they'll definitely fire me.
And why?
I'll get fired. Because the kind of music I'll play, like I'll take a Burna Boy album, right? And I'll play a song that from his there's an album that he did some years ago. It's not the current one. I'll play a song that nobody ever played. And then people are like, why can't you have to play hits? Only hits here. And I'm like, nah, I'm here to introduce music to people, good music. I'm an album person. I listen to the whole album. I don't just listen to the hits. Some people only play the hits. For if I want to be on radio, I'll have a show where I talk about stuff and I shine the light on songs that you might have just looked over, you know. So that's what I want to do. But if that goes against the policy of the radio station, like most stations say they only play the hits, and to me that's boring, hearing the same thing. If I want to hear the hits, I'll go to the club and go and dance. The DJ will always play the hits.
Let me buttress that.
DJs on radio stations, DJs have their own slots. They play the
let
hits.
me buttress that. You know, the truth is, so for someone like me as a DJ, you want to listen to the radio and get introduced to new songs, to new sounds, to some of the things that you don't know about. But every time I turn on the radio now, what you hear is like a continuation of what you did last night at the club. You know, so I mean,
Jimmy, actually at your club. Listening to what you're playing.
Exactly. And hold on, I'm playing that in the night in the club when people are partying, you know, when people are grooving. When I'm driving, that's not what I want to listen to. You know, it's a different feel, it's a different vibe, you know. So I mean, don't. I don't want to be in the club 24 hours, you know. So don't do that. But that's what most radio stations, that I know of, a lot of them. That's what they do now.
I like Classic FM.
And then, exactly. That deviates from everything, you know. So you know.
But I would love to do a state on a radio station.
Presenters only want to play bangers, you know. I don't know why, you know. Man, be the guy that introduces people to new songs. You know. So
definitely.
You know, but.
Because
Definitely.
they think it's all about the numbers, it's business.
Yeah.
Because the good thing about radio is when you play music, it's not like you're trying to get people on the dance floor. So you can actually play any music that is good. Music. Just play good music, not party starters, not get on the dance floor type music, you know. But that's what everybody seems to think radio is about now, you know, unfortunately, you know. So
That's 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Would you ever really say sign an artist? And if you're going to sign an artist, would it just be hip hop, or you wouldn't mind any? Does it matter what genre the artist?
At the end of the day, it's a business. So we're trying to sell records. That's what we're trying to do. And even it doesn't matter what the person does. If I see a person, first of all, you have to have the person that has the right energy. If the person is a very talented artist and doesn't have the right energy, trust me, you're going to throw in, like, I know guys, Yahoo boys in Nigeria, who threw in about probably tens of millions on some certain artists they felt had that spark, and they didn't go nowhere. The person has the right energy, the right mind state, and he has to just be with it. He has to be with it. Love music. Most artists, the first thing they think of is, I go get woman. I go day Range Rover, hold Rolex. I go carry money put for air. That is all they think about. They will do anything to do that. And if it means double crossing their boss that has spent money on them and then jumping. There's an artist I know, he's actually signed to 4 guys at the same time. But these guys are businessmen, so they're not really chasing him like that. The deals never ended. He signed to 4 people, 4 unfinished deals, and the guys are just waiting for him to blow. Sadly, he didn't blow. So, and this guy is very talented. I just don't want to mention his name. Very, very talented. But I just said, listen, you need to cleanse yourself before because he said, Baba, sign me now, sign me. Baba, sign me. I said, but you were signed to this guy. This guy came to meet me and said, I hope you're not doing anything with this guy, because he's still signed to me. He showed me paper. I said, dude, man, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you. I've actually tried to sign people. I've tried to sign young people. There's a rapper that I tried to sign. I'm happy that he's in good hands now, but I don't know if he's still doing music. I told him I signed the deal, and my deal is going to end in December. You're 18 years old. Just wait till December. Then me and you get it cracking. This was in like August. I told him to just wait for me. Wait, we're going to record a mixtape. The guy just called me in 2 weeks and said, Baba, so person called me. He said I should join their crew. He said, I want to join their crew. I said, do you want to do it? He said, yes. I said, okay, go and do it. I will never ever stop anybody, because I know what it's like to be trapped in a contract. I know what it's like. It's like being in jail. Trust me. When your label tells you that you can't do interviews, you can't do radio, TV, you can't feature anybody, you can't go to shows, they can't put a mic in front of. Jimmy knows the period that I was talking about that. I was saying, Jimmy, man, I can't do this because these people, man. It was like I was in jail.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I was in jail, man. I was in jail.
Wow.
My phone is telling me 20%. God punish the devil. You know, so I would never want to let any artist, any young person feel that same way under me. It's not going to happen. But let me tell you one thing. A lot of these guys, they want you to behave like that to them.
Yes.
A lot of them want you to behave like that to them, to tell them that, look, don't do anything, because they're ready to stab you in the back. A lot of them, though. Not all of them. Not all of them. You have to. That's why I say you have to find the right person. If I find the right person, I would even say, okay, you know what? I'll record an album for you. I'll put it out for you for free. I'll say no contract. Just take the album and do whatever you want with it. Because, and I've actually done that. I did a project with a guy called Lyrical. I've known him for a while, and I just saw that he's a very dope rapper. I just felt that nobody was showing him love. I produced for him. Put out the project. They shot a video. He shot a video, and we just put it out a couple of years ago. So I planned to do. We didn't do it on a really big scale because I was in London here and I wasn't in any of the videos. But if I can go to Nigeria, probably spend like a month there, I'm sure I can sit down with someone and put out something. There's a boy that I'm looking at online. He seems like a good guy, good lyrically, but you see, the lyrical part is cool, but you just have to know how to be a stage. That performance thing is very important to me. You can't just be a lyrical demon, then I'll put you on stage and you start to share secrets or see. You can't do that because, man, stage is something that you get good at it gradually. But there's some people who are naturals, and it's those naturals. You can't be a natural without rehearsing, without doing small shows. You have to do small shows first. So some people totally overlook the stage. They say, when I don't reach stage like that, they know my song, I go, don't mind. They'll play my CD, I don't mind.
Track one.
It always, DJ track one, yeah. It always happens like that. But hey, we're getting better in Nigeria. Like right now, we have the Wizkids, the Davidos, the Burna Boys, the Nigerian young guys. Now they now believe that they can win the Grammy. It's now a reality. It's not a dream anymore. They believe, they see their artists hanging out with Puff Daddy, hanging out with Nas. When I met Davido in 2010, I went to their crib. His uncle was my friend. Davido was a young kid then. They were always talking about this guy called Hit Boy. Do you know that Hit Boy produced for, I think it was Shino Rambo's or B Red, one of those. They have songs with Hit Boy, produced by Hit Boy. I think it was Shino Rambo. He told me about Hit Boy. Then I'd heard the name somewhere, but I was not even really. But that's the same Hit Boy that produced for Nas. He has known Davido for more than 10 years.
Wow.
And I heard that he produced a song for Davido and Nas is on it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, I mean, yeah.
Whoa.
Sometimes you meet people, and Davido said in one live that he met me long time ago, even way before that, and I was cool to him at Rhythm. I can't remember. They said the person will shit, no go remember. Now the person will match up. I can't even remember. Yes. But what I do when I meet new artists, I always encourage them. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but if you really love what you're doing, do it. The money, like a lot of people who are really doing it, they never started off thinking, I'm going to win, I'm going to get $1 million. They never ever. Wizkid, when he was hanging out in Modog Studio back in the day, I used to see Wizkid. I used to make fun of him. I was like, you know, go school. I don't think he will remember that because I look so different. I was really skinny then. And then Wizkid too, he was a small boy. I'll see him at Modog Studio. He wasn't far from OJB Studio. Next thing, I'll see him at OJB Studio because that time we will carry knapsack. They work out the whole Surulere with leg, they trek. So I'll see him there, I'll say, ah, you know, go school or something like that, you know. But this boy really wanted to sing. From that studio to Night House, he did a song with Terry the Rap Man. He was on Terry the Rap Man's mixtape. He stepped to Terry and he said, Baba, make I do one hook for you. I sabi single. And Terry put him on a song. And he's actually on the mixtape. That was some years ago. This was just before Mikey W signed him. So, hey, man, everything is possible. But, you know, I have to find the right artist. The right artist. Jimmy knows how it is now. Jimmy knows how it is.
Of course.
It's hard. People think that you just say, hey, this is my new artist. It doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
You get that every day, man.
Your new artist will call you, say, my grandmother's funeral, and we don't have money to get the space for the burial ground. You go give her the money. The next day you go see her for internet.
The most common one on WhatsApp now, you go just see message. I'm reaching 250 songs. I don't have sponsor. I say,
You don't know who to believe.
Where do we start now? 250 songs.
Who do you believe? You don't know who to believe. There's something. That's why all these big companies, what they should do. Big Brother Nigeria is good. It's entertaining, but why not do a show that you know brings up all these artists, get all these guys that have something to offer, not just people showing. No, I don't have anything against Big Brother because you know one funny thing. A lot of people that I know, there's a guy Tricky T, the last one. Tricky T, he shot one of my videos for me featuring Reminisce. Tricky T is actually an artist, a rapper, one of the guys. Then on this one, Lico Rose. I know Lico Rose and the Jackie Bent. Jackie Bent is the kid sister of Ricano. Ricano, we've been doing music for Ricano for long in Abuja. Her mom is Senator Bent. Like, I know all these people, but you see, these are talented people. So why not do a show that can just, you know, Lico Rose is a dancer, a very good one. She's a member of a group, a dance group. They're very good. They dance for people in the videos. Like, can't you just do a show that, okay, this show is for choreographers. They do their dance. This crew do their dance and everything. It will bring out stars. The talent. Milk the talent. Don't just milk some kind of negative personality. So what are these people famous for at the end of the day? I'm not trying to say anything negative against Big Brother. I'm not against it, but at the end of the day, what are you people? You will now pack condom for house and Big Brother. Well done, so you don't know that in Nigeria, parents don't stop their underage children from watching these things. Children watch all these things. So at the end of the day, what are you trying to teach? That is the biggest show in Nigeria right now. Everybody's watching it. I see a lot of clips online. Yeah. I'm not saying you should stop it, but try to make sure that you promote some R&B singers for one, Project Fame kind of thing in the house. R&B singers, dancers, some for dancers, some for rappers. Try and mix it up a bit. Mix it up a bit. These guys are talented. A lot of do one Ajegunle reality show where you just get kids over there that sing like all these. Back in the day, downfall drivers kind of. They had to allow some Germans to come and do a documentary about Ajegunle. Some Germans. I watched it in Germany. I was like, what? When did you people come and do this? And they were like, oh, they like Mad Lion. They like this one. They even know more about Ajegunle artists than me. A German Oyibo guy was dancing Galala for me in 2006. I was like, wow. So we have it. We just need to show the world. See Vocal Slender. BBC documentary.
Good night. You know, Jim, I'm coming back to you.
All right.
Lyricists on the road.
Yeah.
Back to back. Did you get to the point where you get like bored, like, oh, what's going on here? You know, like it's like you're competing with yourselves, like there's no one else.
Do you know the sad thing? The sad thing, after a while, there was a time I even called Ayo. You can even confirm from me. I just said, Ayo, you know what, I'm not interested in, don't nominate me, just allow the other guys, you know. It's getting too much because some newspaper publications, they were writing some nasty stuff and everything. Like me, I can live without, I will live fine without, you know, people know at the end of the day, they know. So just allow the other guys to enjoy. No, I don't mind. I don't mind not being nominated. I just said, let the other guys, no problem. But he still, you know, and I still won it that year. And I was somewhere else doing another show. So some people say, that's disrespectful. I didn't know that I was going to win. So for those people who think that they call you and say, hey, you're going to win an award, make sure you appear. It doesn't work like that. All the times I won, I never knew that I was going to win. But I never knew they were going to give me. But I knew that my material was win-worthy. Because someone now wrote in the newspaper.
At one point, I felt like I suggested to Ayo, like at one time, like, you know, maybe they should name that category, like name it after Mode 9 and just say Mode 9 lyric, you know, whatever. That's like it. Because you've won it enough time to own it, you know, and then just let every other person have it. But they know, you know. No. And I think I think everybody knows, you know, it's not even a case of, you know, whatever. But
I never get mad when I don't win it. I don't get mad when I don't win it, you know. I give props to whoever wins it because, you know, at the end of the day, the young shall grow. You need to encourage these guys. Let them. Jay-Z does not win. Jay-Z know they win this thing now. And that's it. I'm not going to be like Jay-Z and tell people, boycott the Grammys, boycott because I didn't win. No, I don't care. Let them enjoy. Enjoy. The music has to move on. KRS-One doesn't win lyricist award. He never won a Grammy. Won't win a Tony. But I ain't the only MC keeping it real. So I'm grateful to, you know, the guy for saying that Mode 9, you deserve this award. I'm happy. I will collect too. Nobody say I will say no, I don't want. No, I will collect. But if I don't collect, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Jimmy, just before I let you go, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What was it really like working with Mode 9 on that song? You know, behind
no, I can't answer that question. Working with Mode 9 is not only on that song. Me and Mode, I don't know when did you not work together even? That's the thing, you know. So it wasn't just about styling. Me and Mode have always connected from the onset. For some, I don't even know how, you know, but we've always connected. So it's just a case of I'm about to do this. Mode. You know. There's a way, and there's nothing Mode does that I'm not part of, and there's nothing I do that I don't reach out to Mode on it at all. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's not even just about one song. You know, don't forget that I've hosted. How many mixtapes have I hosted for you anyway?
You've hosted them. You've done this entire.
You understand all that? All studio time that we've been together and we were just working on random stuff that I probably even didn't know when they dropped. You know. So Mode is that's my brother, man. So it's not a song. It's not a track. It's family. It's brotherhood. You know. You know,
rest in peace, Howie T.
Before we met, I was a big fan of Mode.
Oh,
then I became his friend. I was his fan before I became his friend. So
Jimmy, let me tell you one funny story. Let me tell you one funny. There was this show, right? It was back in the days when I released It's About to Get Ugly. There was this show like this. You were spinning. I think it's a Fanta. It was a Fanta show. Terry the Rapman and MI performed. So I was just there, you know, to support my guy Terry. In the show, you're playing some dance music, people are dancing, and the next thing you start playing is About to Get Ugly in my mouth. Then Jimmy, no, they don't go dance, they don't go dance. No. Play it from beginning to the end.
I was like you when I really got started. I was stubborn. I play what I feel like, man. This should be heard. You understand what I'm saying?
Like, I'm like, dance this thing.
Whether you know it or you don't know it is your loss, man. This shit is art, man. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and I was like that for a very long time before I sold out, like you would say, you know, because eventually.
Jimmy, let me break that down. Like I used to tell Terry the Rapman, there's no such thing as selling out.
That's what I want to ask. Are you taking me serious? Are you taking that my English serious? It's not just a joke now.
All those hip hop heads are
just a joke.
Oh, you did this song. Oh, you featured it. If you featured the video, you sell it. I said, because of you.
Big joke. I was just joking. Sell out for where? Me,
I know.
I do what the people want, you know. Just make people happy, you know. That's what I do.
I wanted to
You
do
know?
a song with Pasuma, but I just couldn't connect with him. I wanted to do a song with Pasuma. I just felt in my mind, I felt that would be the guy. And how I'll feature Pasuma will be a shock to even Pasuma himself. I'll call him, I'll tell him to just sing random stuff with no beat. Sing random stuff. When he sings it, I'll just take it and I'll cut it up and put it on
Hey, 0907.
Snatcher.
Jimmy Jack.
Snatch.
Boss.
Yeah, what's that?
What
That's Rooftop MCs.
Hey,
What's up?
what's up?
Ade, how you doing, boss? It's good to see you, sir.
I am,
What
man.
up?
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
Good,
0907.
good.
Yes, we're in the building. Today's Mother's Day.
Yes, sir.
Sure, Modo
Oh, my
love.
peoples.
I see him giving all the tips I taught him when it was coming up.
That time when you get that.
Everyone training.
The only thing
Which
when
one?
Rooftop
Which
MCs used
one,
to
guys?
perform, I used to pray
Which
that
one,
Kule
guys?
doesn't fall and break his head.
Can I be excused now?
Yes.
I need to get into something. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Much love, man.
So
Thanks.
much. Thank you.
Hey,
I
Jimmy.
really appreciate it.
I appreciate everyone, man.
God bless
Blessed.
you, man. Thank you so much.
Snatcher, why
So
you use
Snatcher.
MTN now?
Bro.
Boss. Good to see
All
you.
right, man. I'm out.
All right. I
Peace, man. Peace.
just stepped out of the clubhouse meeting. So I just had to go there and leave.
Yeah,
You
man.
sound a bit low.
Who, me?
Snatcher, you sound a bit low.
How's it now?
A bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Snatcher,
Good,
Snatcher, you don't
good.
go Dada again, no. Dada don't return, no.
You know now. Who did they give me that?
Rooftop.
Rooftop.
The Rooftop MCs.
Hey,
Shout out to Banjo. We have to give Banjo his props, man.
he has to get his props.
That's the most, for those who don't know who Banjo is, that's the most gangster guy that I know. Knapsack,
The most gangster
scraggy beard, he's on it.
I ever met in my life.
That's the guy that. Where's Banjo? I need to hook up with Banjo, man. Where's Banjo?
He's in Abuja. Guess
Yeah.
what day they use glue?
Kule, you wait, they shoot video, I beg. Come.
Hey, I didn't know she was going to put me on live. I should have put on my lights and whatnot.
See my
Can you
now my
hear
light.
me? Where
Now
is-
my light are on. No.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're low.
Is it?
Okay,
No.
let me
This
go
is
down.
how I would have been talking to you guys.
Usually my network is bad upstairs. Let me go downstairs.
This is
Okay.
how I would have been talking to you guys, but
lights.
guess what? I've got lights in it.
You got lights in it.
Man's got lights.
You got light in it?
They try to shoot video like Kunle. I'm trying to be.
I mean,
I love your backdrop, Okule. This is
Thank you,
beautiful.
thank
Oh
thank
man, this is the
Wow.
bomb, man. Woo!
Oh, wow.
Comics.
You know,
Yeah.
I have a mad comic book collection now.
You do?
Wow.
Dude, I have over 1,000 comics though.
Jeez, I'm coming through.
I have the first 50 Incredible Hulk comics
Jeez.
Wow.
ever made,
Damn.
black and white. I have
That's
Spider-Man,
beautiful.
the Superman,
That's
old editions, not the first, the old ones.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nerd one gang up on go.
Is it?
No go got rapper friend too. Nerd one gang up on go. That's what Royce the 5'9" said to Lupe Fiasco and Mickey Fax.
Oh, really?
He said, nerd one gang up on go.
Oh,
No go
Nerd
got
One
rapper
Gang.
friend too.
It's good.
Yeah, man.
It's good.
I'm gonna come check out your
serious
comments.
industry stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Good. It's
I'm telling
good. What?
you. Yes. I'm telling you.
It's
nobody
good.
knows
I
what
mean, I think people really need to know. And we're saying it the other time. I had a conversation with Elajo the other day, and we talked for like hours. And you know, there was so much love and camaraderie, or what they call that thing. I mean, we were brothers.
Mm.
It wasn't about
Yeah.
the money. It wasn't as if we. I mean, yes, we can hate on each other for fun of it. You know,
Yeah.
it was cool to. You know, when rappers talking about the fact that they're broke was a floss. when talking about how broke you are was a floss. Say, you know, broke rich me, man. I slap rich, yeah.
Oh boy, let me tell you one short story. Me and Elijah went to go and judge a rap battle. That was at 11:45. Now, boss, we used go there. So the guys where we go judge, Jim Potter boys. I think Lynx was one of them. After the battle, they entered their cars and they went. Me and Elijah decided. We just said, I beg, make we chill, make these boys go finish. But you see, some of these boys, they respected us so much that they didn't want to go. They wanted to leave with us. They wanted to leave with us. And we're like, oh my God. Look, they go in our house.
Where you guys park?
Don't get mama.
You guys park?
So after doing all the what's up, real hip hop, yo, peace. Now so we just got to go stand for bus stop.
When you remember, I don't know if you remember when Guru came.
Yeah.
It was it 11:45 then?
Yep. 11:45.
Because we trekked from Unilag to Obalende, then took a bus from Obalende to 11:45 for that show.
Damn.
As we just sit for corner. That was our first show at the club. We're like, hey, gospel rappers in club. And we came up.
You guys were grinding.
It was dope.
But you know what they used to teach us? Not even in church, even in secondary school, they'll teach us in the assembly. They say, some of you will now go to club. And when they say it, people will like, club? I will never go to club in my life. That is the feeling that you have when you're in secondary school. That, no, I don't want to go club. No. You know, it was as if one demon. There was a time we're going for one show at it was at you know when Flick Militant used to do this hip hop. Yes.
So Pepper and I were in a bike. We're sharing a bike going to we're going to the venue, and I said to Clever, when we hammer, we'll be taking one bike instead of sharing bike. We'll be taking one bike. And I just want to say a quick shout out to rest in peace Victor wife. I just heard I heard today that he passed away. Victor Wifo gave Rooftop MCs our Nigerian gospel music, our first mainstream award. Was one who handed it out to us, and when I saw the news today, I was just I was rest in peace, sir. He was a legend. It was so sad. Sorry to dampen the mood, but
I used to be one of those fans. You know, what's the name of that midget that used to? That little man that used to perform with him, the little people guy.
Is it 1 kilo?
No, not 1 kilo. Where Victor Wifo, the original.
Okay.
Small man.
I can't remember his name.
So that's his name. I've forgotten his name. That guy. That guy could dance, man. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
So my dad was a big fan, so I used to watch. Yeah, I used to watch videos of them. You know.
Yeah, my dad worked in a Federal Radio Nigeria too. So I grew up.
He performed that Hip Hop World Award. He performed that one Hip Hop World Award.
But, I mean, I grew up around all those guys because my dad was on Radio Nigeria too, and that's when I knew JJ the Mechadon.
Oh yeah.
JJ the Mechadon.
What's up with Blackie?
He's supposed to be coming on. He's supposed to be coming on soon as well.
Really? Oh,
please try and get Blackie on, eh? Weird.
Yeah,
Blackie. Can I ever dance? Rosie.
Yeah. Whose house is this? Blackie.
Yeah, right now.
That was the hardest.
It was the hardest track.
My brother was a cartoonist, right? And my brother was a cartoonist, and I remember he was cartooning for Vanguard. So there was an award, Amen Awards, the day that Blackie won the awards over Danny Wilson. My brother did a cartoon with Blackie riding Danny Wilson. I go, come on, Danny, let's go to the... Danny Wilson did not like that, man.
Oh, my God.
He went to Vanguard. You know, Danny Wilson don't take it. He's the... Come here, Danny Wilson, Mr. Ragamuffin. Come. I was a fan, I was a big fan. I loved two of them. I love Danny Wilson's music because it was different, man. He could
it was different.
He could sing, abortion, man. No, he killed it, man. I love both of them, man.
Wife, you want to destroy my life.
Do you remember Edmond Spice?
Edmond Spice.
Edmond
Those were
Spice.
our
Legend.
idols. Then
Baby, you know that this thing, he goes stay for one place where we say the wall they very low. He goes say, baby, can I hold
you tonight.
That to me, oh, that was the era, man.
Then
Those guys, they tried. They tried. tried.
Lieutenant Shotgun.
Lieutenant Shotgun.
Oh, where he says soldiers meet them, they tell us, say, come here, Lieutenant waiting. Why they wear khaki?
Which army?
They stopped him from using lieutenant. He just says, use shotgun. I liked him too, man. I liked his music, man.
But you will never forget Jid Majid.
Ah,
I met him when I was one group. We're trying to do a demo for Kenyan D1. I met him at Ray Power. Jid Majid. I'm a reggae rocker.
Yeah. What about Etienne T Boy? Oh, that chop.
You know, like to chop alone. I don't tire.
Oh man.
And this goes to show that people need to understand that, like this guy's Lost Boy says, I've seen a lot of come, I've seen a lot of go, I've seen a lot of break, I've seen a lot of blow. Nobody's there forever.
Nobody.
You do
Christian
your time
Negus
and you go.
Christian Negus, Mandators,
Terry and Perry.
Terracotta.
Ooh, that was hard.
Some people are just lost right now.
Too low for zero. Moluwe, Lagos City
Transport. Lagos City is a Moluwe.
Do you know the first rappers that I saw on TV with a video? Special dedication to Chief Awolowo. Some boys like this, they're just like Run DMT. I swear, it's old.
I think they're called Entrace.
What?
They had one track too like that, Entrace.
What about this guy, Scratch?
Eviet now, Goli.
I know Scratch. Scratch was American.
Yeah.
DJ Cool doing. What's it? Mr. Cool.
Mr. Cool. You know, Mr. Cool used to be
like
a backup dancer. Mr. Cool used to be a backup dancer for what's his name?
The Scratch now. This is the SOS.
And also then later this Raskimono.
No, he was a
Are you
vocalist.
serious?
Yeah, for Raskimono.
There used to be one guy. I'm a kinky reggae man. We talk say now only white in the wear. He only wears white.
A kinky reggae man.
I love that song, man. I love that song.
But do you remember when Shina Peters rapped?
Whoa.
You don't remember Shina Peters? I play music. All you gotta do.
Yeah.
Boogie dance and do as I do.
Yeah, I know that.
You know when you're dancing and enjoy this music song.
Yes, I remember.
Play Shina Peters. I love your music. Dig it right? Dig it right?
Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Nigeria, we've had.
Then we had Allen Avenue. Allen Avenue. Hey! Ngozi fried legs there for corner. And every time I pass there, because I used to go to Catholic church on that road, I always go to see Ngozi fried legs. One day I entered Ngozi fried legs thinking, you know, that's the joint to be. By the time I saw the price, I said, why were games because they tell us saying Ngozi fine legs for corner? Just say straight.
Damn. Man, but back in the day, man, it was
great. Crazy. It was love. There was no crazy. Disrespect.
Yes.
There was no I get money past you.
No.
You know,
I remember meeting Remedies. I met Remedies and Plantation Boys at Powerhouse in Ikeja.
Oh, Powerhouse.
Idris was very friendly. Like Idris, people were saying Idris pompous, but Idris, what the people didn't know that Idris was close to Jay Gangster of Rough, Rugged and Raw. They knew each other. It was Mr. T now. We used to call Idris back then Mr. T. Yes, now Kano, from Dr. Fresh. I got style coming at you. I got style. Gonna get you.
Oh my gosh! It was great. We used to have hip hop. What's it called?
I don't know what's
Summits.
happening. I tried to add Terry the Rap Man. It's not. He hasn't been able to come on.
Terry!
Terry,
Terry,
stop
I am
using
where
a,
Glow.
Nigerian.
Terry, do you know what? The first time I met
Terry
Terry,
the Rap
people
Man.
don't know that. The first time I'm actually bumped into Terry, we're on opposite sides. Terry and AT I was about to rip AT's head off. They came to my school from Kaduna. AT had the nerve. AT, Ayuba Tete had the nerve to say, yo, I want all the best rappers from this school to come up on stage now. I'm going to take y'all out. What? Me, I was just visiting. I just said, make a go show, see what they happen. My guys just jacked me up and they just threw me on stage. Take. So it was a guy called Ghost. They brought their own MC. So I went and I said, yeah, I want to rap. So the Ghost guy just looked at me, go and bring your own instrumental. So a friend of mine, Jato, rest in peace, he ran to the hostel to go and bring cassettes. We get Redman and Aaron Hall. As he just came back, I just said, yeah, I got my instrumental. They said, wait, after this performance, you will rap. 80, they can't sing. Terry the Rap Man, he rap. This one rap. And boys just got angry. They just started throwing bottles. And so show end. And then later on, when I met 80, and we were freestyling, 80 was like, damn, thank God you didn't rap that day. It would have been nasty for us. I said, yeah, I wanted to take your head off. And to make things worse, I was angry. So I was angry. I wanted to get at him. That time, when it comes to rap battle, in my head, I was a really short guy.
Good evening, legends.
Good. What's playing?
I'm doing great. I know you may not remember me, but we performed at Gamji Gate in one of those shows hosted by Michael Yusuf. I think he was organizing the show with for Ferocious, and then you came in. We had Terry the Rap Man too. We had 6 foot plus on the show. So it's honored to be here.
It's all good.
Among the legends.
It's all good.
Good evening. So, but I do acting now, strictly into movie, just keeping the comedy thing on the low for now.
You and OD are actors now, huh? Overdose. Remember Overdose now? He acts now.
Hello?
OD. Do you remember OD?
Shit, I can barely hear you.
Oh, what's happening to everybody's... Hello?
Where is Snatcher? Snatcher disappeared.
Snatcher just disappeared. He's using Glow. Yes, Glow. I can say nobody can do anything to me. Back in the day, we were afraid.
No, I want to ask you something. This term, Afrobeats.
Oh, that.
What does it mean to you? Afrobeat with an S.
You know me, I'm not. See, I never shy away from the fact that I'm an old school guy. I'm a lot older than most of these guys that are out now, and it really breaks my heart that the 2 guys that are laying claim to that genre of music, naming the genre of music, one of them is from Ghana and the other one is from Kenya. And years ago, I had a little argument with one of them, just a little bit, you know, because he's someone I know, but I didn't want to be rude. And I was like, dude, how can you take a whole genre and put an S? It's just like saying hip-hops. It's not hip-hop, it's hip-hops. It's not reggae, it's reggaes. Afrobeat, that Fela, this is what we know, synonymous to Fela, Seun Kuti. You know, I respect Seun. Seun is that kind of guy that he's not going to really say, he's not going to say too much on it, but the truth is, it's Fela, Seun Kuti, and Femi Kuti is that genre of music, and we're supposed to have young guys coming up doing that same genre with the bands and everything. That's Afrobeat to me, but people are just calling it's really Afro pop or Afro soul. There's Afro soul, Afro pop, Afro. We can call it Afro vibe, you know. But some genius, some Einstein woke up in the morning and said, let's call it Afro beats with an S. A lot of people don't know the difference. Like, I was talking to a German DJ when I went to Cologne, and he said, please, can you make this thing clear for me? I used to play Fela's records, in shows like long time ago. People really love that kind of stuff. They say Afrobeat. But now I went to, he said he went to a show in Cologne, and they put the posters up, and it was Afrobeat, no S. And there were a lot of Nigerians that came in that day, and he was playing Fela stuff and, you know, showing stuff. And then they came to him angry, and they said, playing Wizkid and Burna Boy, what's wrong with you? And he was confused. He was like, oh, I don't know that guy. I just play Fela and this thing. That's Afro. They were like, no, you got it wrong. So he was now trying to, you know, and I was like, listen, there was some genius that woke up one morning and decided to put an S. So if you put an S, Afrobeats is different. It's the Wizkids, is the Burna Boys. And the thing is that they still borrow a little from Afrobeat, but it's different. It's more contemporary, up-tempo, kind of reggaeton, a mixture of reggaeton and Makossa, Zouk. It's a hybrid. It's a mongrel, really. But Afrobeat is that Fela, is that jazzy Afro vibe, a little bit of high life. They're two different genres of music. They're two different, but they're only separated by the S. So I said, make sure you look for the S. If it's Afrobeats, it's that dancey music, the one that you know play in the dance and they can. But if it's Afrobeat, that's Fela and Co. Even though me, I'm not really 100%, but guess what? It's too late. The child that they gave birth to in 2010 is already 11 years old, and all he knows is Afrobeats. If you tell Afrobeats, he'll feel that maybe you forgot the S. It's still Afrobeats that he will refer to. So I just felt that it was a conscious effort to drown, to shroud the good work that legends like Fela have done. You know, I just feel that way. It's my opinion. I can be allowed to have my opinion. You know, I'm not against it. I'm not against the music. A lot of the music is really nice. You know, but it's just the way we, you know, the name Afrobeats, hip hops. I'm not a hip hop artist. I do hip hops. I'm not a reggae artist. No. It's not reggae. It's reggae. It's reggae. I'm not a country artist. I'm a countries. That's just what it seems like to me. You know. But no hard feelings. It's already too late to change anything anyway. It's too late. It's world music. In the Grammys, what I feel is that Afro beats with an S should have its own category, since there are a lot of artists from even other African countries are biting the flavor. There's Ghana, there's Kenyans, all of them are doing the same type, you know, so it's a form of Afro beats with the S. So I think in award shows, they should give Afrobeat its own category. Yeah, since they did it, they already did it. Then Afrobeats with the can remain as world music.
Mode, just before we leave, what would you say to an aspiring artist, especially an aspiring hip hop artist, and who really just wants to stay true to the original recipe, the way you did? You did stuff on your own terms. What would you say to that artist?
First of all, if you're the type of person who just likes to go out and party, you like parties, you're a party guy, you just like to party, you like the finer things of life, rap about what you like, what you do. That's staying real. Like Tribesmen, for instance. I hung around these dudes for a while, LD. I knew them like personally, and they were rapping about things they did, what they loved. That's staying real to me. It's just like me, I was raised different. Like I am a hip hop head. I love boom bap, real hip hop. I like watching rap battles. Back then, I used to like watching rap battles. Before YouTube, when YouTube used to preach about 200 times before you finish one 5-minute battle, I used to spend money watching battles, rap battles. Back then, I'll be in the cyber cafe trying to watch YouTube back in the day. And that's the kind of person I was. I loved hip hop. I loved lyrics. I used to listen to Big Daddy Kane. I started from listening to the older school guys. And then when I heard rappers like Redman, Eric Sermon, Hit Squad and Def Squad, all that, the 90s, 94, that period where they had the Alcoholics, that's the Licks, Wu-Tang and all that, like, that kind of music just influenced me 100%. And also, I loved Fela. I love listening to Fela. Fela, High Life. My dad always played High Life. He played some. He played a lot. My mom used to play a lot of Ebenezer Obey. So I always, tried to. There's a song I did called "Whitewash Them," where I sampled Ebenezer Obey, but man, nobody called me out on it. Ding, 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 ding. So I told the producer to just play, but nobody came to me and said, "I love that Ebenezer Obey flip." So what I did was I took everything that I loved and I molded it into one. The main ingredient is love. You have to love what you're doing. Second ingredient, you have to believe in yourself. 100 people can tell you, no, it's not going to work. Don't be stubborn, but just silently defy. Subtle defiance. That's what you need. Believe in yourself, because if you don't believe, if you have 50 people that believe in you, your label people believe in you, you don't believe in yourself, it ain't gonna work. I believed that I had something special. I always believed that. And I really loved what I was doing. See, all this was before I even thought of, I never sat down and I thought, how am I gonna survive? How am I gonna pay rent? How am I gonna make money from this? I never sat down to think about that. Even though I think that's a little bit wrong. I should have actually thought, because you need to have a plan. But it was much later that I said, okay, we need a plan. So you need to have love, you need to believe, and you need to have a plan. If you're an upcoming rapper and you know that you believe, you know that your songs are good, and you know that, okay, you can't be 100% just jumping on stage as a new artist, but build yourself. Watch videotapes. Back in the days, we used to watch videos, live performances. I remember hanging around with SWAT Root guys. We went to Mina for a show. Before we jumped on stage, we were watching this Def Jam, this thing performance, DMX, Onyx, Foxy Brown. We were watching the whole performance, studying. You need to study the art before you jump into it. 100%. You need to believe. You need to love what you're doing. Do what you love, because there's no use. Even if you're making money and you're making music that you don't like, it's a bad feeling. Music is a spirit. It's energy. Your songs are energy. You can't be doing opposite energy songs and then you don't really like the song. You say, some people say, oh, this is not really me. You need to hear my other songs. Songs that are not going to come out, but that's me. But this is not me. I only do this for money. You've just sold yourself out. Even if you're trying to create the balance as a hip-hop artist, because you want people who are not really into hip-hop to like it, and hip-hop heads to like it, that's the hardest thing to do, but you can try. Create the balance. That's why I got people like Two-Face to sing hooks in Idoma, Normalus, rest in peace, to sing hooks in Yoruba. I got people, I'm not going to do all that singing. I don't have the voice to do that. I get people to do it. And then for the beats, I like my beats steady, but I could put elements, African elements in the beat. That's it. That's the recipe. But love is the number one. Love, believe, and plan. Strategy. If you can't plan, there are usually three people that you need. The guy with the connections, the guy with the money, and the guy with the know-how. Two out of those three won't work.
Come on.
That's it.
Come on.
That's all you need.
Yeah. And there's something that I always say, it's a gift. It's a gift. This thing that we have, it's a gift that was given to us by our Creator. So we have to steward it and always remember that.
You can't stop. People think that I've stopped, or I've not stopped. You can see my studio.
And you can't. You have no choice.
Got my studio.
I trust you. I know. I know you're always cooking.
That's putting in work. But I respect you. You know why I respect you? Because you're so bold that you record. I watch those. I try to creep in so that you won't see me. I'll be watching. I try to steal some of your technique.
Really?
I try to steal. Yeah, listen. I take technique from anywhere, man. I will learn something. I learned for 5-year-olds. You need to learn from everybody. So I watched you when you were recording it live, and I was like, okay, so this is how you do it. And then you did it. And then when you now played it, everything, I was like, oh, it's coming together like this. Okay. I used to have a way of doing my ad libs. You see, the way I do my ad libs back then,
Okay.
I used to wait till everybody goes. I don't want people to see how I do my ad libs because they'll laugh. It's so fun. If you're in the studio and I'm doing it there, you will laugh. It's so funny, man. But if I see people, I start getting shy. I don't want them to see how I do my ad libs because I make faces when I'm doing my ad libs. You know, the faces are weird faces. Like, yeah, all those kind of. And there's the third ad lib. I actually sit down on the floor of the studio. The mic is up here, and I'm sitting down on the floor shouting, creating my own reverb naturally.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was I don't do that anymore because my music is not as aggressive as it used to be. So I can let the people have that one.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mode9. I'm
Respect.
deeply honored. I love you. We
Respect,
love you.
guys.
We celebrate you, a gatekeeper, a rude gatekeeper. Thank you for everything that you've done and you continue to do for the game, for the culture. Honestly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Weird MC #1.
Abba.
Peace.
All right. God bless you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, Diasonic, LD, the Dawn, Terry, the Rap Man, even though you couldn't come on. Everybody, KB Akonde, everybody, Jimmy Jack. Thank you so much. Snatcher, so clever. You guys, I'm gonna put something up. Put something up later tonight. September is full blast. On the 2nd, we have Sasha. On the 9th, we have the Rooftop MCs. On the 16th, I believe on the 16th, I have 2 shots for JAJ. And then on the 16th, I have ID Kabasa. And on the 23rd, I think it's between Clara and Chukura or 2 shots. Or Mama Taiwo Ajayi Lycett. So September is a September to remember. Packed. Thank you so much for coming. And Diasonic, I also want to say thank you so much to you because you're one of the few people who always said to me, come on, Weird MC, you can present, you can speak, you can do this, you can do that. And I shied away from it for a very, very, very long time. But like I said, this vision just literally dropped in my heart. And I just went to it and I just ran with it. And you guys, I'm gonna bring him on. Debo, Diasonic, Magnum. He's now, we're now like born again Christians, we're children of the kingdom of God. But this gift that God has given unto us, we have to minister, we have to tell people, we have to show people how we came of age, where we started from. We need to start letting the young generation know that there's a process to everything. The Yoruba say it, some people just say, I won't blow. I don't understand. Where are you blowing? Where are you blowing to? Are you a bomb? There's a process. Your material, your plug-in, your positioning, work plenty where you go do. But I'm sure you guys had an awesome time and you took so much away. I learned so much today. I had fun. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for helping me to grow this baby called the Gatekeeper series. And I hope to keep bringing you more and more and more. Thank you. Good night. Ra!